We begin the first part of this trip with a visit to the Gympie Country Music Muster. Hosted in Amamoor State Forest, the Gympie Muster has become one of Australia's premier country music festivals. Since its beginnings over 25 years ago, this non-profit event has raised more than $12 million for charities Australia-wide and annually raises up to $100,000 for the Rural Aid Appeal. The forest becomes a mini-city at the end of August each year, with a general store, sit-down and take-away food and bar outlets, phones, FPOS and other essential services. A massive dual main stage is in the heart of the entertainment precinct, which also contains 13 other diverse venues. So on the road and heading north, we pull over to see some cattle mustering along the highway.
Hey man, how's the country changed so much? Like when we on the other side of Curry this morning, that big open flat country, and after we've left Curry up to this Burketown road, it's just completely changed. There's like vegetation everywhere. It's a lot more rolling hills. The soil's changed from that real sandy sort of loamy stuff to almost a rich deep red.
Yeah, and some of these rocky outcrops are amazing too. It just seems like someone has just placed these massive big boulder piles just in random spots all around the countryside.
This is why it's important to carry fuel sometimes. Like we've just come through the Burke and Wills fuel stop up the road up there, and their computer system's down. Now when their computer system's down, that none of their pumps or bowsers work. So fortunately enough, we've carried fuel in the truck. We've got jerry cans on the van, so that we'll just top up here and then we'll be able to get right through into Burketown. And first thing we'll do is fill up our containers again in case this sort of thing happens again to us. Otherwise, who knows how long it's going to be before they get some sort of technician out to fix their fuel pumps. And you know, we could have been sitting there for a couple of days by the time someone come out from town to get it organised. So fortunate enough, we've got it covered this time.
Oh, look at all these anthills. They look like a big graveyard, all tombstones and that kind of thing. We've also got these beautiful flowers that are here, just on a random tree that otherwise looks completely dead. They've just got this beautiful yellow flower that's just flowering all over the place. It's probably a bit harder to see on camera, but there's just all these trees as far as you can see. It's just amazing. Well, we're nearly at Normanton. So we've got about another 100 kilometres to go and we'll be there. When we get there, we'll decide whether we want to go on to Karumba today or whether we'll just stay at Normanton. We'll just see how the day goes. But no, it's been a good day's driving. There's been a couple of stops. We stopped for a couple of nice little shots. There was beautiful flowers, a couple of other bits and pieces, but no, it's been a good trip so far. But this is where it all begins. We're going up to the Gulf, test out this new van and all the new bits and pieces in it, and yeah, we're nearly there. We're nearly into the good stuff. There's the purple pup. So we've just been talking to the people at the Purple Pub, and they said that there's a campsite just on the other side of the bridge, down by the Norman River here in Normanton. So we thought we might go down there and just see what it's like. Apparently it's just a free campsite, and a lot of people go camp there just down by the boat ramp. So before it gets dark, go check out and get ourselves a spot. Look at that, sunset over the river. What else could you want? We've got ourselves a spot here by the banks of the Norman River in Normanton. We're just going to set up a fire tonight and relax, head off to Karumba in the morning. But what else could you want? We're here right by the water, get the van set up and just have a great evening.
Put on firewood tonight.
Right.
Come in late, so we'll just utilise the Swift stove. Bit of a chicken cacciatore. That's what I'll call it. A few little button mushrooms just to top that off. Stir that through. I'll cook up a little bit of rice with that. And we'll give that about, I'll give it about 3/4 of an hour. Bon appetit.
We begin today exploring the sights of Normanton.
Crikey, look at this little beauty. He was captured in July 1957. It's the largest ever captured in the world, and it came in at 8.63 metres. That's some crocodile.
Okay, we're here at Karumba today, and we're going to go out on a fishing charter. We saw a few blokes pull up yesterday, and they just had tons of fish, so thought it'd be good to go out for a fishing charter today and see what we can get for dinner for the next week.
Yeah, you can hold it. So Daniel can get your photo.
Look at this.
Good on that.
No, well, you might be right this time. Yeah, you'll be right.
Dinner.
Come on, Chase.
A cold beer at the Karumba Hotel, watching the sunset after a great day's fishing. Okay, so we've just got to our first bit of gravel after travelling for a long time on the bitumen. We're on the road now, Savannah Way, on our way to Burketown. So now is the best time to shut the watertight door. Not only is the watertight door great for closing over the door in you know, if you're crossing a creek or something like that, which I'm sure we'll do later, but it's also fantastic for keeping the dust out of the caravan. So to close over the watertight door, it's a simple matter of just basically undoing the T-bolt that holds the door to the side of the caravan, closing the door over top of the caravan, and placing the 2 T-bolts in by screwing them in. You want to make sure that you've got a nice tight seal of the foam tape around the edge, and then you'll be right. That's all it takes. We can't say we're not testing the van.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, we've just pulled into Burketown. Now, we didn't know this was here, but there's a little hot spring just on your way into Burketown. And we've just been crossing a lot of dry land, so we were kind of hoping to do a few creek crossings, that sort of stuff, and we were a bit disappointed because we didn't come across anything like that, anything to drive through, or kind of even the rivers were a bit dry. So yeah, to come across something like this is pretty magical, and we've got a bunch of little wallabies and that sort of stuff. You can see those here now, but as we pulled up there was even more. There's probably twice, 3 times as many. There's a ton of wildlife just hanging around this little waterhole right here.
This water is almost too hot to touch. It's just that hot, it's that
warm. Unbelievable. Here we are, Friday night, got into Burketown as you know, and we thought we'd better go over and have a look at the pub and see what's happening over there. Seems a hard place to pass by. It's one of the oldest pubs in the area, and one of those things you probably just got to call in and spend a bit of money while you're here.
Well, we're just leaving camp, going to head to Doomadgee and also to Lawn Hill today. We just camped in a little spot by the river in Burketown. Here we are, the Gregory River. It's not running over the causeway this time, but still flowing. There's a great little camping spot here right by the river, and it's just a beautiful location. Just found a little turn off the main road here, and on the GPS it's showing that there's a bit of water down here. So we thought we'd just pull off and have a look, check it out. Might be a nice spot to stop for lunch.
Now here's another little example of the places that you can find here. We've been travelling today on our way to Doomadgee, and I've noticed like the green tree line of where the river or a creek could be. So we've just come down here to have a little look and like have a go at this place. There's this place, it's like this all over. There's nice sandy banks, there's a great little fishing spot here. You can throw some pots in to get some yabbies or whatever. Nice deep-sided bank for fishing. This will be a top place. The only trouble is we haven't got enough time. There's so many places like this that on this particular trip we just can't fit it all in, but it does go into the memory bank for next time.
So we've just turned up the track. We're going the back way into Lawn Hill through Kingfisher Camp, and basically it's what you do is if you're coming from Karumba, which we've done, you go through Doomadgee, and it's another 29 k's and you're at the turn off there. And yeah, geez, that road between Doomadgee and this turn off has been sheer hell, but this road seems to be a little bit better.
How's this road going now? It's just gone from that, you know, that big wide expanse that we had up on the on that other Savannah way. It's turned off now into this basically a single lane track. You wonder how many people down they get down to this Kingfisher Camp and they got to come in this way.
So we've just come to a little spot called Kingfisher Camp. It's on its way through to Lawn Hill National Park. A beautiful little spot. We're camped in a nice grassed area with plenty of shade, and it's located right by the river. Swimming is okay and boats are available for hire if you didn't bring your own. Fires are okay and there's plenty of wildlife around, including the kingfisher, in which the campsite is aptly named.
Right, here we are again. Some of you probably already know this is my favourite part of the day. The sun's going down, it's starting to get a little bit cooler, and it's time to do some campfire cooking. Now, camp ovens, most people think traditionally just for roast, but you can just use your imagination and do anything in them. Tonight we're just going to do one of my recipes. It's a beef and Indian vegetable curry, and it's quite simple to tick over. All I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of oil in there. I'm going to add some bit of ginger, some garlic, a little bit of chilli. Going to heat that up. I've cubed some meat. We're going to brown all that meat up. Then I've got some spice powders and some tomatoes and a bit of coconut milk. We're going to add all that together and let that simmer away until it's all cooked up. It's easy, it's tasty, and it's just something different to do with a camp oven. First of all, I've got to make sure that this pan's reasonably hot. Now I've only just put that on, so I'd like it hot enough so that when I put that little bit of oil and the garlic in there, that we get a little bit of a sizzle. One other ingredient I didn't mention, you can probably, to get it down at your Chinese places, is a little bit of black mustard seed. This will just give it a little bit more of that authentic Indian flavour. Now if the oil's hot enough, this should all start to spit a bit. Should have already got this pan hot for you a bit earlier, but that's just about getting there. Alright, I've got a bit of onion, garlic, ginger and chilli. That's sounding better. We're just going to saute that a little bit. Just put a little bit, splash more oil in that. Oh geez, you can start to smell the flavours coming out of that already. Nothing beats a bit of fresh garlic and fresh herbs, ginger and just a cute bit of steak I've got here. That's just about ready to go in. Throw that in the pot. Stir that around just to get that brown. That's all we want to do on that. We don't need to fully cook it just yet. That's starting to look good now. Yeah, I want a good couple of tablespoons of this curry powder I've got. It's all a blend of all different herbs and spices, but we want a couple of good tablespoons of this. Maybe a little bit more because I'm not shy tonight for dinner. I think we're going to have plenty of leftovers. Stir that through. That'll sort of dry your mix out a bit. Mix those flavours through. We've got a can of chopped tomatoes. Put some coconut cream. Give that a bit of a stir around. See the colour starting to come out of that curry now. Now, a big bag of veggies here. I've already cut up nice, and there's carrots and broccoli and cauliflower, potato, a bit of sweet potato. There's a few beans in there. You can really put in a bit of whatever you want. I've sort of gone the lot tonight. Give that another stir around. Oh, I've actually got some sultanas in there as well. And then we're going to set it up above the fire and just let it tick away slowly for an hour or so until all those flavours and the vegetables are cooked through. Add it with a bit of rice and that'll be dinner. Well, I reckon that's just about done. We'll go and get some rice and some naan bread, and we might even cook some poppadoms up in the microwave, and we'll see what it tastes like. Oh, nice to see you come in, just in time for dinner. Here we go, we'll just top some of this up. I think we've got plenty left over for breakfast. Come over and have a look. I don't think we're missing out much tonight. Interested in the eating though. We'll check on the leftover plates maybe later.
How good is it? It's beautiful, Trace. Gonna head up the river here. See, there's a couple of really nice scenic spots up there. We're gonna go check them out, see what they're like. So, here with Chris. He's gonna take us up the river in the boat here and go see what's going on. Oh yeah, there's all the birds' nests.
Oh yeah.
We're just scouting along the riverbank here for a few crocs. We've seen 2 or 3 at the moment, but unfortunately I don't think we've caught them very well on camera, so we'll see how we go when we get back. But we'll keep searching and see if we can find a few more for you. Should I grab that one?
A bit of drafting here where they're going to separate some of them out, get the young ones obviously all put aside in there, and they'll I'd say they're all got to be branded, and they'll probably cut a lot of them as well. But at the same time, I would imagine they'd probably worm them and all that sort of stuff, take the opportunity while they got them in the yards, and then just going from sort of past what I've learnt from Robert out at Northern. I'll just stick them out in different paddocks for a while. Let them have a feed. There's no shortage of dust kicking around. There's a couple of wild ones in the yard here. He got separated out a bit. He's fairly civilised up there. He's got standing up above the race through there. He can open and close the gates without being in the way, just to separate out all the calves. There we are, another night at Kingfisher Camp. We're just going to spend the one night here, but this place has got so much to offer that we just couldn't fit it all in the time that we've already been here, so we decided to stay another night. Chris has taken us out in the boat today. We've shown you some of that, and we've been down the cattle yards. He's shown us some different rock formations up in the washing machine. They brought the little Joey down here. They've really treated us like family. We just couldn't be treated any better. So to show our little hospitality on our side, we've invited them down for dinner tonight. And Chris and Helen, they'll bring the kids down. And as you can see, we've got the spit roast on for tonight. And hopefully we'll give Helen a bit of a night off and she can sit back, have a drink and enjoy the campfire. See what that dinner's looking alright?
Yeah, looking fantastic actually. Getting really, really hungry.
We better start thinking about getting some of those vegetables ready, eh?
Yeah.
Welcome to the kitchen. Not that it's too exciting just at the moment. I'm just going to cut up a few of the vegetables for tonight. I'm going to cook them up in the oven here. It'll make life a little bit easier for us. So you can just about do anything in these vans as far as the cooking goes. So home away from home. Probably eat better sometimes when we're camping than when we do at home.
How you going, Chef?
We're getting there. I'll have to give up this job of being cook soon.
Swap you.
For me to be cameraman. Oh, I got the guests around for dinner. Got the managers of Kingfisher Camp, and they've been so good to us today that it was only sort of natural that we should ask them around for dinner. Seeing as how we've got plenty here. This is the marinated lamb. Medium rare.
You hungry?
Yeah, I'm hungry, mate. Yeah, mate. No bright lights over here. Go away. Okay, we're down here at the creek. We're going to see if we can get some of these little cherubim. We put the pots in. You can see the line running out to the water there. Let's see how we go, eh? Hey! Look at that. Hey, it's a different one. That must be the cherubim. This is yabby what we got. Oh, you got the torch. Yeah, so this is one of these little cherubim. Earlier I came down, unfortunately, without the camera, and picked up the yabby. So let's get this little fella out. That's right. Straight in. There we go. Little friends. Right, let's throw this one back in, because we've still got the rest of the night to go. We'll check them again in the morning.
Well, we're back on the road again now, just leaving Kingfisher Camp. I'm going to make our way up to Lewin Hill National Park today. But just a little point of interest, we just drove past that sign over there. Shows the water level in 2006 during the cyclone that came through in this area. And just shows you how much this land can just change. You know, the water would cover this whole campsite within, well, judging from that, you know, it's a good probably 4 or 5 metres deep. It's just amazing, isn't it? We're just about to, this big hill here that's got like a cross up the top with something up there, and we're not sure what it is, so we thought we'd go and have a look. The hill's just too steep, there's no way we'd even try to take the van up there, it's just, it'd be stupidity. So we're just going to unhook the van and go have a look. What do you reckon, Chase?
60-40 you'll get up there.
Have a go at this. The camera won't be seeing just how steep this is, like we'd be going up nearly a 45-degree angle. Bit of a steep hill, this one. It's testing out the old four-wheel drive. There's no way we would have even attempted to take the vans up here. We've just pulled into Adels Grove and we've just set up our campsite and been for a little swim in the waterhole. But the people at the reception said to us that we've got to try out, go for a walk along the little bamboo bridge and go see the rapids, so that's where we're going to head now. See what they're like. This must be it, the little rapids, so I might throw my towel down and go for a swim. Trace and I are just enjoying a cold one. I just want to show you how bad some of the roads are that we're going on. If you have a look at these are 4X gold cans, and there's not a lot of label left on them, because what they do is when they're sitting in our fridge they're rubbing together in the carton, and we've wiped these ones off, but when you first take them out you get this stuff all over your fingers because it's just basically rubbing the finish and the aluminium off. So we just thought we'd show that yes, we are going down some pretty serious stuff testing this van out, and here's some of the proof.
We better drink the beer before the cans wear through.
Yeah, we better drink up. Here's your beer back. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to cook up a lasagna. We thought we'd do something a bit special tonight, so we've done all the preparation and got a lasagna ready, and we're just going to use the oven for that. Makes it nice and easy. We've just set the oven up, and I've got the lasagna here ready to go, so we're just going to throw that in now. Now that should be ready in about an hour, and we'll be good to go. So it's been a while now. Thought we'd check on the lasagna, see how it's going. Ooh. It's looking pretty much done. But, it's ready to serve up.
Done a good job.
With you? How's your dinner, Dean?
Very tasty, mate.
It's good.
It's all gone. That was the second serving too.
Well, we got to Lawn Hill National Park, and this is about 500 metres up from the campground. It's what they call the Cascades. The water here is beautiful and clear. It's abundant with fish life in here. Obviously there's no fishing in the park area here. There's even some barramundi that we can see about this long swimming around. It's probably a little bit hard to film, but even to the naked eye there's just huge amounts of fish. It's just a spectacular spot all through this area here.
So we've just pulled out of Lawn Hill. A beautiful little spot, amazing. We could have thrown days at that place, or even probably weeks. It's just a natural little oasis in the middle of dust. And anyway, we're going to backtrack a little bit. We're going to make our way now to Gregory Downs. This track's certainly bumpy. Another great little campsite, and right by the Gregory River. Alright, so we're just pulling down now into Lark Quarry, which is about 110 kilometres out of Winton. It's a nice little spot. We've been here in the last video, but unfortunately we lost the footage, so we thought we'd just have to come back to show you guys this place, because it really is just one of those stops that you have to come to. basically what this is it's the only remains in the world of a dinosaur stampede. It's basically the fossilised footprints as basically a predator comes in through into amongst a number of little dinosaurs while they're having a bit of a swim, not a swim, a drink. So it's certainly worthwhile. It's very interesting, lots to see here, and yeah, look, you know, for only 110 kilometres out of Winton, it's more than worth the drive.